हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, टुडे विल बी डिस्कस अबाउट राइटिंग प्रोफाइल या फिर प्रोफाइल राइटिंग। होती क्या है प्रोफाइल राइटिंग? प्रोफाइल राइटिंग इन्वॉल्व्स disparate parts of the brain in order to produce an emotionally involving piece. An effective profile comes through research, thoughtful interview questions, and an ability to organize large amounts of information into a concise story. Profile writing is a great way to flex all of your writer muscles in one assignment. Over time, you will develop a knack for interviewing, which is helpful for lots of writing work. With the right amount of preparation, organization, detail, and practice, you will paint the perfect picture of your subject. Writing a profile form of writing that is similar to the personal essay, but different because the experiences and particulars are not about the writer but someone else. Profile writing is a way of documenting details of her experiences that would help dramatize, explore an issue, and bring it to life. Profile writing are descriptive types of essay interviewing a person, the descriptions of a place or event followed by the post analysis is the structure of a profile essay. Here are a few examples of profile essays. Describe the structure of an animal house that you know of. Explain how recovery centers help in recovery. Why the recovery centers that you know of. Talk about an art house around your locality functions. A profile writing is a type of descriptive write-up allowing writers to exhibit literary powers. It is important to learn and research about the topic that you are planning to write on. Since a profile essay can be descriptive of a person, place, or event, extensive research on the subject allows you to learn about it, making the writing process easier. The following steps should be followed when writing a profile. Profile essay provides a detailed look at one person. Use narrative as a method of organization, written in first person or the subject in portrayed in the third person. Reveals information about a person character through short stories. The profile essay shows the tales through the use of dialogue and quotation. Descriptions of scenes and settings also reveal useful information. A strong beginning is essential to give the reader a reason to be interested. The more time spent with the subject, the more revealing the profile will be. Profile writing tips. Use detailed description to paint a picture of what you see and with words. Explain words that may be unfamiliar. Let your personality shine through. Learn about what you are writing. Since profile writing are not very popular among students and as I mentioned earlier, it is a bit of difficult to write. It can best be learned while reading other profile essays. When reading a profile essay from any magazine or newspaper, remember to notice what are the key points that make the article interest to the readers. Choose a subject. When choosing an issue, try and choose a topic which is famous, such as a famous person, place, or event. It could be a renowned cricketer or politician, a historical event or famous topic draw more readers' interest as people are keen to know about its significance. Next step, final valid and detailed information. First hand piece of information are always the most preferable because those details are not to be found elsewhere, which in turn make your write up unique. Interviewing a person, event organizer, care person of a more in-depth information. In a famous person or place, try and find detailed information about the person or the site from books, websites, interviews, etc. About the profile. The purpose of the profile essay is to present the subject vividly to your readers. It should convey a particular attitude towards your subject, your interpretation of it. Even though creating a strategy is not mandatory, it helps organize your thoughts and information. Also, creating an overview helps in the points not being overused or repeated. Creating an outline gives a visual representation of all information that you and how you want to organize it. Like any other essay, a profile essay has three main parts: the introduction, body, and conclusion. An introduction be written in a way to grab readers' attention. The opening is the hero of your essay, as it will either draw or dismiss your audience. Start with the critical issues, which will later be explained in the piece. Starting a profile essay with a conversation can always be a good idea, including monologues or between a couple of people. You can also begin the piece an element of surprise that the readers did not already know about the topic at the end of the introduction. Adding a thesis statement helps to clarify your point of view in the essay. Biographical. The profile essay shares many features with the autobiographical and biographical writing. You can use narrative, anecdote, description, dialogues. It also differs significantly. Autobiography is about remembered experience, whereas profile is about newly acquired observation, acquired first hand or through research. Once you have an outline with all the information that you have collected and have already penned down the introductory paragraph, it is time to write the body, the meat of the essay. When writing the body, the following basic points should be kept in mind. Mentioning sensitive details such as if you are talking about a person, when say the name, height, age, looks, and so on, whereas if you are writing about a place, then mention the well surrounding, etc. You are adding the questions that you asked while the interview with the person or the organization of the event or care person of place keeps the reader interested. Basic features: an intriguing, well focused subject. A person, place, or activity, the familiar or the strange, whatever your subject, your goal is to bring out the uniqueness. You want to show the reader what's amazing or fascinating about it. You. Okay. This part is the reflection of this point mentioned in the body, along with stating whether the objective was achieved in the essay. It also reminds readers of the report's purpose again. Next, a vivid presentation. Don't generalize with particular. Instead of writing about teenagers in general, profiler profiler will show his audience a vivid portrait of one in particular. The introduction is the preview of the essay, giving the reader a subsequent idea of what the essay holds. The sentences used in the introduction should be informative and descriptive about the person or the place the essay is written on. It is the leading statement that creates an interest in the reader's mind. The introduction of the essay gives a preview of what is going to be talked about in the body. The introduction paragraph should be ended with a strong thesis statement representing the purpose of the essay. A dominant impression. Convey your personal interpretation of your subject, your own special insights. This interpretive element is what separates the profile as a genre from other forms of descriptive and narrative writing. An engaging and formative plan. You are master of ceremonies. You control the flow of information. How much should you tell, and in what order? What do you want your readers to fully understand? The essay that you are writing should be a comprehensive picture of the person, place, or event you are writing about. Any confusing points or unclear details should be avoided to make the passage understandable by the readers. Each subhead should be properly explained to make the reader's concept of essay clear by the end. The body of a profile essay should be divided into several paragraphs, with every describing a questions asked during the interview. Okay. Thank you for watching.